Hello, hello. Oh, I forgot how late it was. You know what? I forget how late it is because it's not even 9 o'clock over here in California. It's not even 9 o'clock. Over there, it is almost midnight. Like if you're on the Eastern time, it's almost 9 o'clock, and even if you're on Central time, it's almost 11 o'clock p.m. So I forget that most people are just in bed. My bad. I forget. I forget that it's still like it's not even that dark out here. So let me have you look outside. Let me see if I can take this off. See how it's not even that dark outside yet? So I forget, and I know you don't see the way I can see, but you can see that you can't hardly see no stars and nothing out there. So it's not that dark out here, and it's like it's just before like 20 minutes until 9 p.m. over here. But anyway, I guess I'll just talk then because it's just easier for me to do a live than to try to pre-record videos and then do it because I have to keep clear when I do that. So I'd rather do live so I don't have to go through all of that. I want to talk about is he a harvester? I'm talking about Tyler Perry. Oh hi, somebody's up late. I'm in California. I forget how late it is on Eastern time and Central time because as you can see, it's not that dark out. Sorry, I muted myself. As you can see, it's not that dark out here. See, in California, but everywhere else it might be midnight. I forget that it's late in other areas. But anyway, hello, hello, hello. Oh, I still got people coming on. I just want to talk about real quickly because I'm gonna have to go on in. He's a harvester. I believe Tyler Perry is a harvester. I believe he is harvesting brown women's emotions for a specific purpose. I heard a guy. Now his name is his channel is called Rudolph of Germany, right? He calls himself the tall white alien. And I know this might sound off, but I'm gonna say this. When I listened to his channel, one time he talked about how a lot of time they push these things and they push this agenda to get the emotions out of people, to push fear, to get people to get in fear, all of those dense type of emotions and energies. And they use those kind of energies out of his mouth, Rudolph of Germany. He said they do those things and they use people's emotions to help create realities. Okay, I heard this guy's, well, it's an entity that this guy hosts, but and the entity calls himself Rudolph of Germany and tall white alien. Um, and so he said that. And so when I say is Tyler Perry harvesting the energy of brown women, I feel like a lot of people come after brown women's energy. And he could easily put up a successful brown woman where she just what she shouldn't she just have a good life, right? Make a brown woman who's a superhero. The way you have white men put these white women in these superhero roles like Wonder Woman and She-Ra and all that stuff. Um, but it looks like he harvests the emotions. Tyler Perry is a warlock. I feel like he's a warlock. Okay. Um, like I say, that movie when you have some brown woman say, "Oh, so that's so many brown women story." I said, that lady. If you look at that movie, it was like some people say, it was extreme. Who, like I said, that is a unique situation. It's not just her struggling as a single mother. She had a really bad day. Taraji P. Henson had her character, Janiyah Wilkinson, had a really, really bad day. Okay? Okay. And like one lady, I listened to one lady and she talked about the way her supervisor, her boss was speaking to her at the store, just talking down to her like she was nothing. There's a lot of people who have terrible bosses that don't talk to them like that. So what Janiyah Wilkinson went through is really not the average brown woman's story. She had a string of bad luck after bad luck after bad luck after bad luck after bad luck. She had a lot of bad luck. And I think the dangerous is when a lot of brown women buy into this story and say it's the story. He's telling the story of a lot of brown women. You do you want to claim that? You want to claim that because yeah, you might have a crazy boss. You might be a single mother with a deadbeat a baby father, or a lot of things. But you don't want to claim this story right here because that was extreme. What Janiyah Wilkinson went through in this movie was extreme, and I don't think people need to align themselves with that kind of frequency because that does have to do with frequency right there. That right there has a lot to do with frequency. Okay. So I don't want to. And what brown woman, the brown woman who saw the movie, they failed to talk about the twist at the end. That's what they failed to talk about, the twist at the end. And if they would have saw what happened at the end, then they would stop aligning themselves with that story. Because actually, with Janiyah Wilkinson, it was having a psychosis. She literally went into an alternate reality because of something traumatic that happened the night before, and she woke up that day in a complete illusion in an alternate doggone universe. So some brown women need to stop aligning themselves with that story because that the story in that movie was a whole illusion. We found out, okay? So I wouldn't align myself with that, you know. But anyway, but that's all I gotta talk about. Yeah, yeah. That's what I heard some women say. Yeah, listen, some of us are single mothers, and some of us, but that was extreme. That was too much. What she went through was extreme, and it's not the stories of a lot of brown women. I mean, you just made sure it's like everything. It's almost like not one good thing could happen to her. It's almost like everything possible is happening to steal her soul. This is like something that's attempting to take your soul. When you just bad luck after bad luck after bad luck after bad luck till you about to pop and you can't take it. This is like an attempt for you to just completely lose it, and that way something else can enter to your body and you lose your soul. Like this is something like a soul type of thing. Like, this is deep. What he's doing, I feel like it's a little deep, and I feel like Tyler Perry is a warlock. I feel like he's a warlock. Um, but anyway, I just felt like talking about that really quickly. Yeah, I mean the movie Straw. I feel like it's a good. I feel like the movie kept me wanting to see more, but I can't say it's. I don't think it was the best movie he ever made. I love the family. I like the family that prays. I like that movie. I like that movie. I like Taraji P Henson as an actress, but I don't feel like that was his. A lot of people say that's his best work. I like the family that prays. I like that. You know, I've liked other things by Tyler Perry. I don't think this was his best work. I think people feel like it was his best work because of the twist at the end. But like I said, I've already seen Fight Club, and then and that's the movie with Edward Norton and Brad Pitt. And if you haven't seen the movie Fight Club that came out years ago, I think it might have came out in the '90s or something. I don't know, or maybe early 2000s. But anyway, turns out Brad Pitt was like his alter ego. That person that he thought was a different person from him was him doing all this stuff to himself, but he thought it was Brad Pitt doing it to himself. Really, it was just his alter ego because once again, he was that timid, meek type of person that took trash off of people. Same thing as Taraji P. Henson's character, Janiyah Wilkinson, in this movie, Straw. That was a character that Edward Norton was playing in the Fight Club. He was always this easygoing guy that was just meek and never stood up for himself like that. It's almost like Jim Carrey in Me, Myself, and Irene, when he was just a guy that just got walked all over and just people just he just didn't know how to stand up for himself. And then one day he snapped and he just went into an alternate personality. He went into his alter ego and he became this person who was just a big a-hole in this movie called Me, Myself, and Irene with Jim Carrey. This is not what happened with Taraji P. Henson though. But it did kind of end like Edward Norton because Edward Norton's character was like, this person is doing all this stuff to ruin my life. And at the end of the Fight Club, it turns out that person never existed. That was him doing all of this to himself. And it looked like that is how Straw ended. Some people that have seen some other movie, I forget another movie that somebody bought up. Start with a B that came out. The movie starts with a B and it came out in 2022. And they said the straw is very resembles whatever movie that was that came out in 2022. But anyway, I heard about the Tyler Perry lawsuit. And you know what? Uh, it takes a non-black person. It takes a non-black person to come after powerful people. Period. I'm not even gonna say powerful brown person. Powerful people. Period. It takes a white people for everybody to take them seriously. It takes a white person because a white person has the support of the white community. And the white community is the dominant community in the United States of America. And so when you have other guys talking about Tyler Perry and what this guy, when the people read, the person I listened to, when they read that lawsuit, very similar to what Christian Keys said. Although Christian Keys didn't speak up about who it was, and then I guess he told somebody that it wasn't Tyler Perry that he was talking about. So somebody, I don't know what magazine, what blog it was, I forget what kind of blog it was, but it's a popular blog that said Christian Keys cleared Tyler Perry's name, and then Christian Keys came in the comment section. He said, "No, I did not clear," and quote unquote, "I did not clear anybody." So like he's saying that he didn't clear Tyler Perry, but now he's not saying it's Tyler Perry. So it's a whole lot of games with that. I never thought that he was lying, but I did believe he was playing games, even though I know he wasn't lying about nothing he said. He did leave a lot of stuff out, but I don't think he was lying. But I do feel like he was playing with people's emotions because a lot of people were ready to back Christian up. A lot of people were defending Christian Keys. A lot of bloggers, like a lot of popular bloggers or popular channels, were defending Christian Keys. But then you didn't hear nothing else from him. You didn't hear nothing else from him. And the people who had his videos up on their channels, he wanted them to take it down, right? So it's like, okay, well, you come out and saying all of this, but then you don't want to say who it is and all of that. And so it's like, whether he took money or whatever he did, he just didn't talk about it anymore. And he did when people asked him, he didn't want to answer any questions. So like, okay, well, that's kind of his loss because he was really he just rather settle. So he can't get his story out then. He had a chance to get his story out. I heard one guy say nobody listened to Christian Keys. I beg to differ. Tisa Tales took up for Christian Keys. Storm Monroe took up for Christian Keys. Make It Make Sense took up for Christian Keys. There's a lot of actors and actresses that came under that live that Christian Keys did. I think it was in 2023, and they liked it. A lot of actors and actresses liked it. After Christian Keys came out with that live, it was a lot of brown male actors, seasoned actors, that came out talking about sexual harassment. So I beg to differ that nobody listened to Christian Keys. I think Christian Keys would have had a whole lot of support had he just maybe said who it was. Now he said this person offers to pay men $100,000 to take off their clothes. In this lawsuit, this guy, this Caucasian male, said the exact same thing that Tyler Perry. Now Christian Keys didn't say it was Tyler Perry. He just said it's this billionaire who has a voice. He said he has a very did he say authentic voice? I don't think he used that word authentic, but he basically is a voice that people are gonna know who it is once they hear it, and he had it on that recording device. Okay, uh, but anyway, so this Caucasian male that's suing Tyler Perry said that he offers $100,000 for men to take off their clothes. Well, Christian Keys said that, so now I feel like Christian Keys was talking about Tyler Perry. But I think people are going to take this white man seriously because he has a dominant community backing him up. Okay, and honestly, he's going to have a lot of brown people that's going to back him up too. But honestly, Christian Keys had a lot of support. Christian Keys had a lot of support. He did. He had a lot of support. When he came out with that live, it was quite a few brown male actors that's been in a lot of movies, and then other singers who came out talking about sexual harassment after Christian Keys did that live. It gave them the courage. It gave brown men the courage to speak up. I saw that, and he just like retracted. I guess he got paid off, and you ain't heard nothing else from him. And then he wonders why nobody wants to take him seriously, and he talks about nobody listens to the black man. His words, nobody listens to the black man. No, no, no. People were listening to you. You encouraged other brown men to come and speak up because you did that live, and then he backpedaled. That's what he did. Once he got his money, I guess he backpedaled. So it wasn't really about him wanting to expose anything. Maybe he had a project, or he wanted some money, something was happening that he was just putting that out there, but he really wasn't going to do nothing. His whole agenda might have been to get paid or whatever he was trying to get. But this man right here, I don't know what he's after. Um, I don't know if him and Tyler Perry are gonna end up in court, or are they gonna settle? I don't know. But yeah, this is going to be interesting for Tyler Perry. This is going to be very interesting for Tyler Perry because the lady that plays Bam, what's her name? Cassie Davis. Cassie Davis, she didn't say it out of her mouth, but somebody was talking about, like, had a little article about Cassie Davis and how she witnessed him doing some terrible things, and it might have even been done to minors, little boys. And according to this person, I guess that wrote the article, Cassie Davis was warned by Tyler Perry not to say anything. So it's a lot of people that under know what he's into, and a lot of brown people were silent. So it takes a white person. Listen, it just takes a white person or a non-black person to come out because they're going to be taken more seriously. But I'm sorry, I feel like Christian Keys was going to be taken seriously. I feel like here Christian Keys had a lot of support. I'm sorry, I think Christian Keys might have had more as far as physical, as far as people. I feel like Christian Keys would have had a lot of support of the brown community. I feel like he had a lot of support. But he backed off, and now this white man is going to take it. And when this white man might take Tyler Perry down, and this white man is going to be the hero. Uh, but Christian Keys is working for Tyler Perry. He got his own show, the Queen's Men, all the Queen's Men. So he don't want to put that show in jeopardy, trying to go after Tyler Perry when he's filming that show, all the Queen's Men. He's filming it in Tyler Perry Studios. So it looks like he needs Tyler Perry. So um, I don't think Christian Keys would have wanted to just like bite the hand that feeds him like that. Especially when you currently need him. This white man, I don't think he needs Tyler Perry, but Christian needs him still. Look like he needs him. But that's it. It's time for me to go in. I just felt like talking about. Really, I just uploaded to talk about. Is he a harvester? And I was talking about Tyler Perry. I don't really put people's names in my titles and stuff like that, because I'm not trying to draw an unwanted crowd by using buzz names. I know you can get a lot of views and make money, but sometimes it's not always worth it. I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna be gone. There's a person, and I just suspect because I don't know, and I'm not gonna look into it because I have my own life to think about. There's a person that does a lot of conspiracy videos, and I remember in 2019, 2020, and 2021, this person made a lot of videos about Nipsey Hussle and his passing, and had a lot of conspiracy theories around it. And actually, this person was kind of like really, really getting to the bottom of it, to be honest with you. She was the first person I've seen call out Nipsey Hussle's fiance, Lauren London. She was the first person I've seen do that. I'm just going to say this because she made video after video after video after video, right? And nothing wrong with that. How many bloggers or how many people make videos about folks like that, right? How many people still talking about Diddy, right? The thing is I noticed shortly after that things went downhill, and sometimes I feel like I don't know if this is the case, but ever since those videos, things went downhill, and sometimes folks could be doing some serious stuff against you. You never know what celebrities could be doing against you. I know you don't have to believe in that kind of stuff. Well, I can believe in it, but I don't believe that it can hurt me. If I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do on my side, then I don't have to believe it's going to hurt me. But I can absolutely believe that somebody's going to try and do something. I believe that the weapon will be formed. That I do believe. Now, will it prosper? I choose not to want to believe that. Because if I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do on my side, and I concentrate on what I'm supposed to do on my side, then I don't want to focus on what somebody else is gonna win and what I just got to keep on what I'm doing. I'm aware of a lot of karma and all that stuff and witchcraft and all that stuff, right? I still call all this stuff even though sometimes, even though we know our shadows, a lot of this stuff come from our shadows. Sometimes I don't want to add new problems. Like I don't want to add additional problems. And I say that to say I keep people like Tyler Perry's name out my titles. I know in one I put T Perry, like I didn't put out his whole name. I don't like that because I don't want to draw in the wrong crowd. And I know I might get more views off of putting his whole name in there, but it's like I don't think it's worth it for what the kind of trouble that I might be bringing to myself. Because yeah, okay, yeah, I'm working hard to make sure I'm grounded and protected and all that stuff, but I don't need to add like I don't need the extra problems. Okay, so like it's not. I rather work a few hours and get somebody like that, than to keep putting celebrities' names in my titles. Um, and some people do okay with that. Some people are protected, but a lot of those people that know how, a lot of those people that make these videos and stuff, they already know that they need to protect themselves. They already know they need to protect themselves, right? You know, I've heard some of these bloggers talk about how they have protection and all that stuff. So they already know. And so, but some that say, "Oh, I don't believe in all that stuff." Well, you got to be careful talking about these celebrities because it's a very possible that some of your conspiracy theory could be correct. And if you're the one that's the main one that's calling this person out, and this person might not like it, you don't know what they might be doing. You don't know that they might be watching your videos. Just because you think that you're not that big, you never know who's looking at your videos, right? You never know who's looking at your videos. And I can just get the feeling that those videos, something happened where somebody that she might have been discussing concerning Nipsey Hussle kept seeing those conspiracy theories, and she was getting too close to the truth. And they do things to mess up your life. Like, I know that people don't want to believe in this stuff, but you don't have to believe in it, but just, make sure you protect yourself. That's all. And, the people that you love, right? But anyway, but that might not be it. I'm just kind of speculating. I don't know the reasons why, but I'm just saying I'm careful with these celebrities. I'm really careful with these celebrities because out of all the people that can talk about these celebrities, they can bypass all these other people and they might have their attention on you for whatever reason. They just feel like focusing on you, and it just like it don't make sense. Like why, you know? So, but anyway, that is it. I'm about to turn in, and I will talk later. All right.